Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Death by Disney podcast. I'm your host, Adam, and I'm trying to watch every single Disney movie that's ever been released. And this is, I believe, the third time I am recording this episode about High School Musical. I'm sorry, it's just really, really frustrating because I uploaded it and there was no sound. And there were views on it, but nobody said anything. That's not the frustrating part. The frustrating part is that I uploaded it and there was no sound because you assume if you record a video and the microphone is on that there would be sound. I don't know what happened there. Anyway, I'm going to stop complaining and start working. So today we're talking about, as I said, High School Musical. I gave this 2 out of 10 stars. I'll explain my rating in a moment. It's from 2006. It's a TV movie, but technically it's still a movie that Disney released. It stars Zac Efron, Vanessa Hudgens, and Ashley Tisdale. What is the plot of this abomination of a movie? A popular high school athlete and an academically gifted girl get roles in the High School Musical and develop a friendship that threatens East High social order. Here's my review. This is why I think the movie is so bad. The movie is a core memory for an entire generation of people, but I did not like it. It had its moments. The evil brother and sister managed to perform songs which are interesting, and the choreography in some points is absolutely amazing, but the whole film falls and feels flat. There is absolutely no charisma between the male lead, so Zac Efron, and the female lead, Vanessa Hudgens. And their vocal performances are as interesting as a glass of tepid water. The plot is both asinine and chronologically confusing. The climax of the movie is an audition that the main characters need to perform, but it's been postponed even though there are only 4 students who want to audition for these parts. So you would think that if you were a teacher, you'd be a little bit more flexible about your scheduling. There are other things that happen around the time in the movie that are also confusing chronologically, but it would take too much effort for me to explain why they're confusing, and honestly, I don't care about the movie enough to do so. Can I understand why people who watch this at a certain age might enjoy it? Yes, I do, but objectively, it's just as bad as Howard the Duck, and that for me is a far more enjoyable film. Speaking of Howard the Duck, I subjected my kids to watching it a few years ago, and because I love that movie, and I was in the park with my son, and we were looking at some ducks, and I went on this long, I don't know what we were talking about exactly, but I went on this long rant about how one of the ducks came to Earth and became the manager of a band, which happens in Howard the Duck movie. And my son's like, "What are you talking about, Dad?" And I'm like, "Howard the Duck. It's the movie." And he said, "Oh, well, I was traumatized by the naked duck," which, yeah, a lot of people were traumatized by that. But objectively, the movie is as good as High School Musical, if not better. Okay, so that's what I thought about the movie. 2 out of 10 stars, probably one of my worst rated Disney movies. I like to give you a bit of trivia about the movie and also a positive review from somebody and a negative review from somebody. So the trivia is that Zac Efron apparently can sing, but the songs that he was asked to sing in this movie were not in his key. So there's only one line in the entire movie that he sings himself. The rest is just lip syncing. And they did, I guess, 400 sequels or something like that. Okay, maybe not 400, but they did a lot. They did a lot of sequels, and in the sequels, he's singing. That's his voice. But in the first one, no, no. All right, now for some reviews. Let's start with negativity. 1 out of 10. Oh God, trash. That isn't what high school is like. I actually go to high school. Did it ever occur to the director, the producers, or even the writers that nobody in high school will watch this? Disney Channel is directed to 3rd graders through 7th graders. Those kids will think that's how high school really is. It's not. Kids will just get psyched out and get really nervous about it, or they'll think it's really cool and everyone's really nice, when actually high school is a drama zone. High School Musical is really overrated, and the acting is too stage-like, where everything has to be over the top. The songs suck, the singing is mediocre, and since when are parents allowed into the locker room? Never mind. It's an obsessive cult movie that everybody could live without, and that is from Napash from August 2007. Yeah, that's an interesting point because I think a lot of high school movies, a lot of movies that are set in high school are not actually directed towards high schoolers. They're either directed towards adults and they have some kind of like nostalgia, like, all of those movies that John Hughes was making in the 80s, like Fast Times at Richmond High and 16 Candles and all of that stuff. Or series like that, like Buffy the Vampire Slayer, or they're for kids who are younger than high school. I don't think, maybe My So-Called Life was one of them, but I don't remember. Maybe Freaks and Geeks as well. But there's not very many high school dramas or high school comedies that are actually directed towards high school. So that's an interesting point. Although I don't think when kids are watching television, when they're watching this movie, I don't think anyone in their right minds would ever think, yeah, that's what high school's going to be like. It's going to be like a Disney Channel movie. No, don't think so. All right, now on the opposite end of the spectrum, High School Musical is the best movie, especially because hottie Zac Efron is in it. Okay, at first when I saw the previews for High School Music, I was like, maybe I'll watch that. Well, I did, and I never expected it to be as good as it was. When I saw the first commercial for it, I instantly thought he is wicked hot. Wow. I wrote down his name, Zac Efron, and looked up tons of information on him. Now I'm like totally obsessed with him. I have posters, shirts, and the High School Musical soundtrack, which I only bought because he sang in it. So thanks to Disney Channel, I have a new man in my life. He is so hot, and everyone at my school thinks so too. He has no idea that so many people like him. Anyone who is still reading this, I am very surprised. I would have thought reading me ramble on about Zach would make everyone stop reading this. Well, in conclusion, watch High School Musical on Disney Channel. It's the best movie ever, and you'll love it. And I'm not just saying that because Zac Efron is hot, although it helps a lot. And that's from BM Cross Country from 2006. So I think that's a good argument for not keeping things on the internet. That comment right there, that whole review. Yeah. What key moments there to kind of pinpoint? One, she bought the CD because he sang in it, but he didn't actually sing in it, so it was a lie. He didn't sing on the soundtrack, and probably if she had looked at the singers, it would have not had Zac Efron. Maybe on one song where he did sing, but not on the rest. That's kind of funny. The other thing is that Zac Efron was completely aware of the fact that teenage girls were obsessing over him, and he kind of got a little bit, what's the word? He developed a lot of complexes about how he looked, and also he did the Baywatch movie after that. So there's some Netflix documentary, I forgot what it's called, but basically it's Zac Efron and he does weird things, and he was talking, not weird things, he went to Iceland, kind of like a travel show with Zac Efron, and he was talking about that kind of pressure. that was put on him. So if you're interested in what can happen to Disney actors later in their life, check that out. You'll probably be able to find the name of the documentary. I would not recommend you watch High School Musical unless this is one of your nostalgia movies. If it's not one of your nostalgia movies and you're not that age group, then maybe you'll like it. You won't like it, but if you're that age group, you might in fact like it. Okay, tell me what you thought. Did you like High School Music? Please leave a review down below. Leave a comment down below. Like, subscribe down below. You know what to do. Bye bye.